Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEL0320,
What's up out there, everybody? Show John 030.
representing JVS. We are back for a brand new TV show review for the show Supergirl. This episode actually was supposed to air last week, but because of the events that happened with Paris, they decided to air this show episode Livewire, which was a good episode. But I felt like this one was a lot better. The name of this episode was How Does She Do It? The reason why they did that is because there was a lot of explosions that happened, and there was a lot of things that were self-destructive, as well as somebody actually committed suicide in the episode. And so they thought it was poor taste to have that episode go. Instead, they wanted to interchange it out for this week, which I thought that was a good idea. Sorry we didn't review it yesterday. We were busy doing a lot of different stuff. I was able to see Mockingjay, which that review should be up now. Just finished looking at Gotham, tried to get Joe to check that out a little bit later on. But it's all about Supergirl. What do we think about it? What were your first thoughts of this episode tonight?
YouTube, well, my first thoughts about this episode. I mean, it was a good episode. Pretty entertaining. It's foreshadowing a lot that's going to take place further on in the season.
Yeah.
So that is probably the biggest plus, because I think this is the first episode so far that actually really does that.
Yeah. It was interesting. A lot of different communications are being done. One is definitely Jimmy or James and Lucy Lane. He seems on the fence about stuff. He had said initially that he broke it off for her, but that wasn't the case. I guess she broke up with him, so he decided to make a mark for himself. And I mean, their relationship gets slurred back and forth, but it's pretty evident that she's really territorial and wants to win. And I think she might see Kara as a threat as well as Supergirl, even though I don't know if she knows who Kara is. I kind of feel like she does. But basically, Alex, Supergirl's sister, was telling him, like, dude, don't try to fix his relationship. That's going to put you into the friend zone. And it was like, I felt bad for Kara in this episode because she really did that out of love for him. Even though it was like, I knew it was going to be that he was going to fall that way. I thought that was really interesting seeing, but it was like, I don't know, it felt kind of really cliche because Jimmy should have enough gusto to say to Kara, like, look, I think I might have feelings for you, but I got this other situation I'm dealing with. And he didn't present that. I thought that would have been a lot more real from the character Jimmy Olsen. Maybe he's still trying to figure stuff out or try to see where she's at, but it's whatever. But then Cat Graham's son has this fixation with Supergirl. So that added a whole nother element to the story, which is pretty fun, I guess. What did you think about Maxwell Lord, though, in this episode? Because he's kind of like, I guess, presenting himself as like not just a villain, but like a dastardly villain, considering what he did. What were your thoughts on him?
He definitely has like this Lex Luthor kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Kind of very similar. Like, you say he's like Supergirl with all his power. He wants to like pretty much find her weakness. And that's like everything that's been going on this episode. Figure out that's what he's been doing. He's been like pretty much probing different areas, testing her to see where her weaknesses are. And he kind of mentioned like his end goal is to find out exactly who Supergirl is.
Yeah. It's a weird random obsession though. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand Kat having an obsession because of the byline and seeing something like Superman with Lois having like the exclusives with that. She wanted to make a mark for herself, and then having this girl just dropped in her face. I can see that with Kat, but with Maxwell Lord, like, it was like, what is the end game? Why does he feel that way? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I thought it was interesting him with his backstory with him and Alex, because they seemed like they were kind of rifting, maybe some feelings going on back and forth. But he basically said that even though he doesn't represent the government now, his parents did. And because of their trust in the government, deadly virus got through their suits and killed them. They literally dissolved from the inside out. So I thought that was really interesting, compelling, making her for a villain. But it was like, I feel like they kind of copying, like they kind of like recycling the whole Lex Luthor banner, like you said. I want to know why, like he has this fixation on her, because at least Lex, there was a reason behind it, you know. So I don't know where that's gonna go. But what did you think about the action in this one, as far as the sequences and the visual effects for this episode?
It was alright. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, the action was okay. I think that episode was like more. It definitely had more actions than previous episodes. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It was okay.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I think it was really low on the action level because there wasn't any necessarily a villain to fight. But as far as the visual effects, I think they did a really good job. Like, because a lot of these superhero shows, they don't have anybody flying on a regular basis because it's too much for the VFX. But I mean, from the start of the episode all the way to the end, like they had her in all these different aerial shots. And I mean, I know a lot of movies, like they don't even spend that kind of money to have that kind of like special effects work. And I think they're doing a really good job as far as the flight sequences on each episode. But this one specifically, when I saw her like kind of like trying to get this drone, I thought it was some really good like special effects as far as that is concerned. Even I guess the train sequence as well, because the explosion at nighttime like that, I think they did a really good job with it. But it wasn't too much on the action side this time around. There was more action than the last one was Livewire. But what would we give this rating for this one? What would you give it?
I'll give it a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think I give it an 8. Only reason why is because I think the little boy won me over. He kind of got out of his shell. Him and Kara connected. He's kind of giving this vibe like he kind of knows. Not just that, like I was surprised that Kat didn't like fire Kara. Instead, she keeps on motivating her. I think there's a really good relationship between those two. The thing that I didn't like about it, which I docked the 2 points, is that I think it was unnecessary stuff that's going on with Lucy and Jimmy. I feel like it's just melodrama to be drama. Like, I mean, Kara just met Jimmy. And it's like, I mean, yeah, that's the real world. True. Like, when you meet somebody, they got a lot of baggage and stuff behind them. But it's like, for viewers' sake, in the progression of the story, like, we got so much bulk with her backstory, with the group that her and her sister are working with, on top of like the threats that are happening each week. It's like, do I care about Kara and like her stringing these two guys along? Like the guy that is working with her on a regular basis, and then Jimmy. I mean, she doesn't like the guy that she's regularly working with, but then she likes Jimmy. But then, I don't know, it's like, I'm not saying it's stupid drama, but it's unnecessary one. For them to bring in Lucy Lane like that, just to be kind of like a plot device, or something kind of like a wall in between, like, at least Kara and him relating. I don't know, I feel like it's just really too soon for this kind of drama. I think that's the thing that I didn't like about the episode. Because even looking at the Livewire episode, that kind of like moves into that, and it's like, I feel like Jimmy should step up a lot better than what he's doing. He's kind of acting like a kid, to me, in how he's handling both of these situations. But that's just me. I don't know. You got anything else, Joe? Well, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Hopefully you enjoyed our review for Supergirl. Till next time. I'm going to try to get Joe to look at Gotham because I really want his perspective on it, because that was probably one of the best episodes I've seen this season. Till next week. Later, y'all.